Hello? I asked as I woke, finding myself unconsciously speaking. What? Where am I asked again. I looked around the room. It was pretty small, but after taking things into consideration, I realized that it wasn't talking to anyone. There wasn't anyone here. I just kept looking around, trying to see all the details, but it almost seemed as if it was getting darker. There was a heavy ambient. It made me feel depressed. The temperature seemed to be almost 90 degrees. As I lay there on the ground, looking around, I felt a drop of water bleed from my eye. I wasn't crying, though. It kept pouring down heavier, like a downfall of rain trickling from my eyes. I felt my finger to the liquid and realized it wasn't water. It was thick, and after examining my finger, it was red like blood. I pulled out my phone. It still had a few minutes of battery. I dialed 911, but it rang and rang for what seemed like an eternity. Then my phone went out. No more battery left. By now it was already so dark I could barely see the outlines of my hand. I started to hear voices in the distance. After a while, the voices got louder and louder, but still seemed like mumbling. I closed my eyes and tried to imagine happy thoughts, and finally I came across a poem from my childhood. It was one verse. They came to take the light away. Every time I sang the verse, I closed my eyes tighter and tighter, not realizing what was happening. I was sitting there in the dark, helpless, singing a poem in my head, not doing anything. I tried to get up. I tried to move my leg, but nothing happened. I was paralyzed from the waist down, so I started to crawl, but before I got a few feet away from my starting position, my vision went dark, the darkest it had been. I couldn't see anything. The voices became louder and clearer. I knew what they were saying. Now we have came to take the light